Hi everyone, this is my Learning Teaching Interaction Outline number 2. Last Saturday I had the opportunity to attend a state conference, and it was a great meeting with wonderful talks. We were taught by Elder Bassett of the 70. It was a wonderful evening as I had the opportunity to see old friends that I don't get to see that often. And I was able to talk to a friend that I met when I was doing the Pathway program, and we were able to talk about the classes that we're taking, and since we're both marriage and family study majors, we were able to relate to the classes and the challenges that we've had as we've been taking these classes. But at the same time, we both were happy to discuss that we have been able to use these courses in our daily life, and we have been able to apply them in our life. So that was very interesting, and this kind of gave me the opportunity to be reminded of some of the things that I want to share with you, because it helped me see the importance of the Spirit, how it can help me learn spiritual and temporal things, and I've seen this in my life. Let me share some things that we can use in learning with family education. There are different ways to teach a lesson. In our readings, we learned about different ways of teaching a lesson, and one particular method that I liked was by David Merrill, and he taught that component display theory, which uses 4 steps. The first one is to tell a rule or a principle, and second is give an example or share a story, and the third step is invite the learners to express the rule in their own way, and 4 is to invite learners to share their own experiences that illustrate the principle. And I really like this model because it is quite simple and yet effective, because it allows participants to be involved and be part of the learning experience. I think this is the balance between teacher and participant, because it allows both to be part of the learning and teaching experience. Next, I want to share about engaging an audience and the importance of engaging an audience. This allows the person teaching what he or she is trying to teach, and it also allows the audience to be able to learn more. A formula for engaging an audience is relevance, respect, and participation. This reminded me of my own learning experience, and I want to share one personal experience that I've had. When I was a seminary teacher, I had one of the best teachers that I've ever known, because he was able to engage the audience. He was able to engage us in the lesson by helping us understand the principle that he was teaching, by the questions that he asked, and in leading the discussion. It was always a great experience. Every month I look forward to going to his class. It is very important for the instructor to develop a good relationship with a participant. Hannah and Brown share 6 ways that this can be done. First, by emphasizing positive statements, by emphasizing positive statements by family members, to encourage family members to share their stories about themselves. Third, note family interactions that reflect strengths and competency. Fourth, emphasize those times that family enjoy time together. Fifth, reframe problems or negative statements in a more positive way. And 6, emphasize what families do well. All these are great things to use in family education. Next, teaching skills and tools in family life education. These are some methods that we can use, and I like that there's a lot of options. It just depends on what you like to use. And so some methods include leading group discussions, fishbowl buzz groups, personal narrative, stories of life, skill training, family councils, role playing, movie and television clips, educational videos, music and pictures. I think all these are great teaching tools that can be used to help a family. I especially like family councils because this is something that I have used in my own family, and I have seen that it works well to discuss an issue or resolve a matter in the home. Some of the insights that I noticed and I want to share include that it is important to evaluate program material for diversity. It is important to be flexible of diverse family life education audience. Family life professionals need to become sensitive to diversity, cultural differences, learning styles, cultural context, and values. Skills needed using skill dialogue include knowing the audience, knowing themselves, and knowing their limits, and how to evaluate program materials for diversity. Guidelines for diversity programming and family life education. Know your audience. So I think know your audience is very important. And last, I want to share a personal example of teaching, of my own personal example of teaching. So I've had different opportunities to teach in the church setting and in my home. In the church setting, I have taught in primary, in Relief Society, Young Women, Sunday School, and Seminary. Teaching in these callings has been a great experience for me because I've been able to learn and grow so much in my spiritual learning, and I have had to rely on the Spirit to help me teach and guide the learning from the participants. In my temporal learning, I've learned that the Spirit can also help me learn and teach. I have seen this as I have attended BYU Idaho. One of the things that I would like to improve when teaching is the use of narrative or stories in my teaching. I think the use of stories in teaching is a wonderful idea and a wonderful tool, but the stories have to be relevant to the lesson and tie well into the lesson.